Welcome to slide 6, which addresses the first cell organelle that we're going to look at today, called the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane surrounds the entire cell. It helps keep the integrity of the cell's interior, and it helps to keep the cell's shape. It's made of lipids and proteins. There are many different types of lipids. The main type of lipid that is in the cell membrane is phospholipids. And if you haven't taken chemistry in a while, you may want to go back and look in your spiral workbook in chapter 2, and it reviews phospholipids for you. There's also proteins in the cell membrane, and the phospholipids form a double membrane. I want to show you this diagram. Here is the top layer. It's almost like a mattress. You have a covering and stuffing and a covering. It's kind of how I like to describe it. Phospholipid, and proteins. The phospholipids can be thought of as molecules that contain a head and tails. Here we have another diagram that kind of zooms in on one phospholipid unit, and you can see that the top of the molecule is referred to as polar or hydrophilic. There's a phosphate group and a glycerol backbone. Fatty acids are here, and the tails are known as hydrophobics. And so we'll be talking more about that in class. When you look at these proteins, some of these proteins, like this one known as a channel, are always open, and they allow substances to come in and out of the cell. Some of them, however, are open or closed depending upon what's being transported into the cell and what is needed. Substances can flow in freely, passively, and that doesn't require any energy. That would be known as passive diffusion. Or sometimes they need energy to move in and out of those channels here that we're talking about. If they do need energy, and energy is required, it's usually in the form of energy known as ATP. Do you know what ATP is? If you don't, Google it now.